in the sky, over the dark horizon, across the land and over the sea. An older land from a long ago tale about a girl named Eve who meets a boy in the jungle. They tell me the place is perfect. It's a garden in the sky with food enough to feed the nations, where you never have to die. And you know it don't come easy. This thing we call our freedom, you better hold on tight. Don't let it slip away, the Garden of Eden. There came a man with a penchant for gold. Paradise was his to have and hold. Lust and greed have a way of consumption, but the open hand is quicker than the eye. The man told the girl a secret she was never meant to know. And once you have heard that riddle, well, you never can go home. And you know it don't come easy. This thing we call our freedom, you better hold on tight. Don't let it slip away, the Garden of Eden. Father's watching the boy and girl fighting in the night. And there's that man always laughing in the distance. The open door's been closed and bolted tight. Now the boy and the girl are hungry, they cannot find a home. And those with the gold, they wonder why they just can't leave me alone. And you know it don't come easy. This thing we call our freedom, you better hold on tight. Don't let it slip away, the Garden of Eden. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to the Brewin Bistro. I'm Mark Neihart, your host. That was my song called Garden of Eden. And we have a great show for you today. We have awesome featured artist. Ken Bonfield's coming in to see us. You guys know him, right? And, show number 5, so we're getting kind of the swing of things. It's the heat of summer here in Salt Lake City, and we're all melting, but soon those days will be gone, and we want to make sure that we all appreciate what we have when we have it. I want to introduce everybody. We have John R. Smith over here giving us a sound. Hey, John, how do I sound? Oh, I see. John can't speak anymore. Right next to him, we have Scott Ivey. He's our producer, Mr. Iverson. And then we have a whole cast and crew of wonderful production people. And I'd want to say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. We have a lot of support from the Intermountain Acoustic Music Association, and we want to say thanks to the IAMA. They bring a lot of great music to Salt Lake City and the surrounding areas, and they've done a lot for our show. We want to encourage people, if you're watching this at home, like some of my friends have told me they've seen this show, like Sunday morning or something on Comcast 17, send your... we just want to hear from you. And so please send us a note at Bistro at SLCCTV.com. That'll get us a note on your email. Also, have you heard us on Utah Musician Radio? It's on Utah Musicians Radio. Is that what it's called, Scott? Scott, tell me what the... You're always throwing this stuff out at me.
It's Utah Musicians Radio, UtahMusicians.net is the location.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. Okay, UtahMusicians.net.
Yes, and they play us Wednesdays at noon and Saturdays at 7:30, 7.
And it's okay, so yeah, you can hear the audio portion of this.
Yeah.
Wednesdays at noon and Saturdays at 7 p.m.
That's right.
On the streaming radio.
UtahMusicians.net.
Yeah, that's cool. Check it out, everybody. There's all kinds of ways to access Brewin Bistro. And we generally have besides me stumbling over the words, we generally have a student musician that comes in here to play, right? A student artist. But today we missed our student artist. And so I'm going to play another song. Is that going to work for you?
Yeah.
Does that work for you, everybody? This is a song I wrote for a friend's wedding, actually. And it's an ode to love. And love is a very powerful thing. And check this out. Join me, everybody, as I tip my hat to love. Takes my breath away when I hear the angels sing above. Bubbleless and Stoner joined together on this day. Love turned round and chased the clouds of doubt away. 'Cause love is like a dancer in a river full with bliss, splashing up the magic of a lover and the kiss. Splashing up a melody so sacred and divine. All us dancers, we can't help but step in time. 'Cause we're dancing deep in the bliss of love. Dancing deep in the bliss of love. I bow my head in humbleness when faced with the face of love. Awestruck wonder heartland, fertile, peaceful, flying dove. Found there spinning in the symmetry of truth and grace. All my wholeness raptures as it moves and shakes. 'Cause love is like a dancer in a river full with bliss. Kinda like an ecstasy between the lover and the kiss. Kinda like a secret living open in plain sight. All washed in magic and Bella washed in light. 'Cause we're dancing deep in the bliss of love. Yeah, we're dancing deep in the bliss of love. So join me everybody as I tip my hat to love. Takes my breath away when I hear the angels sing above. Bubbleless and Stoner joined together on this day. Love turned round and chased the clouds of doubt away. That's it, yeah! That's my song called Tip My Hat to Love. The first segment we're going to have is the calendar of events, and we go around the Utah area and find what's up, and we put it on the calendar, and we give it to you. Roll the clip. Hi, everybody. We're back. That was the calendar of events. Hey, we're really, really glad to have Bri'anna Joy come back and give us a couple of her tunes. Hi, Bri'anna.
Hello, Mark.
Let's hear what you got.
All right. Well, I'm filling in for the student artist today. Thank you very much. I've got 3 songs for you that you haven't heard before, and I'm going to start off with this one. It's called Run Away With Me. Tonight's the night, climb out of your window at midnight under the moonlight. I'll come and steal you away, we'll leave our troubles for another day. Tonight's the night we've been waiting for, baby, just you and I under the sky. All we need is a car and a guitar. So break all the rules and come with me for a while. We'll leave it all behind and drive 1,000 miles. And I don't care as long as you're there. I'm where I want to be, my darling. Run away with me. I've got one hand on the wheel and the other in yours. It's cold, but that's okay by me. I'll do my best to keep you warm. You say you can read my mind. Well, then do what I'm thinking and kiss me. Just let go, forget about about tomorrow. So break all the rules and come with me for a while. We'll leave it all behind and drive 1,000 miles. And I don't care as long as you're there. I'm where I want to be, my darling. Run away with me. Run away with me. Run away, run away. Run away with me. Run away, run away, run away with me. I guess it went over well. I'm really glad. All right, so I've got one last song for you guys, and this song I was inspired to write by Doug Winch, who was the artist of the first episode of Brewin Bistro, and also Scott Iverson, the producer. They both have songs about Utah, and I figured, I've been born and raised here my whole life, and so I too should write a tribute to this great state. So this song is called Utah. The Rocky Mountains are all around me. The thick inversion in the air surrounds me. I learned to breathe here. I feel at home when the dust is red. This is the place, just like Brigham said. I can see the arches up ahead. This is the land where I make my bed. Birds fly through the desert air. The top of the sky, well, you can go there. The sun dances here. No storm clouds can interfere. And I bet the best snow you saw was right here in Utah. Everybody goes a little crazy, waiting for the spring. And every young lady wears a diamond ring. I learned to love here, and everybody gets a thrill in the cold as they fly downhill. And you'd think no one was on the pill. The way the kids keep coming, fly through the desert air. The top of the sky, well, you can go there. The sun dances here. No storm clouds can interfere. And I bet the best snow you saw was right here in Utah. There's a church on every block, and we've all climbed the red rock. You can hear it when we talk. We were born and raised where snowbirds fly through the desert air. The top of the sky, well, you can go there. The sun dances here. No storm clouds can interfere. And I bet the best snow you saw was right here in Utah. 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 The Rocky Mountains are all around me. The thick inversion in the air surrounds me. I learned to breathe here.
Thank you very much.
Everybody, that's Bri'anna Joy right there. Yeah. Hey, that was awesome. Thanks for debuting that.
Yeah, my pleasure.
That song. That was cool. Hey, you're the associate producer here, and every month you do a segment called
Bryn's Picks.
And what is Bryn's Picks?
Well, I'm Bryn,
Yeah.
and then I just go around, and the calendar of events. I usually select the venues that I go from the calendar of events, and then if I hear something I like, I'll choose to play it here on the Brewin Bistro.
Well, let's have a look at Bryn's Picks for this month.
To start off Bryn's Picks, I want to share with you the Gene Pool. They performed at Carolyn's private garden party this weekend. This is a house concert series that takes place every week during the summer in the backyard of the host, Carolyn. The Gene Pool is a local group that has a rotating pool of musicians that perform with the lead singer, Gene Sartain. This is an evening performance of their song, Taste of Salt Water.
Not talking about the Navy or the Coast Guard. I want a 40-foot sloop from a trusted shipyard. Blue water cruiser, galley supplied. Hoist up the anchor, cast off at high tide. Hey, put the star through right down to the pier. The sound of the waves that I long to hear. Connect me straight out to the powers that be. I'm casting off soon, sailing out to the sea. Give me the sunshine and some raw sugar cane. I'll take my chances with that hurricane. I'm through with the rat race and the 9 to 5. Navigate with the stars as the crow flies. The taste of salt water, trade winds blowing free. Rum in the lock or the helms where I be. Back to the mainland, the traffic and rush. Early morning commute and the business lunch.
To wrap up Bryn's Picks, here's a collection of performances from Anna, Guy Benson, and Utah Slim from the open mic at the First Unitarian Church.
We're here at the Unitarian Church, and here I have Guy Benson. He is the benevolent dictator of this coffee house here at the Unitarian Church, otherwise known as the Sound Guy. And he also happens to have a beautiful voice. Guy, can you tell us about the song that we're going to listen to?
It's a song I wrote when I was 16 years old for a woman that I was in love with in high school, and I just made contact with again this year after 40 years. Oh, I wish I had a girl I could call my own, a girl as beautiful as you. But you're in that class alone. Though I love you so dearly, the love only shines one way. If only your love came back to me, oh, I wouldn't sit and cry this way.
January and it was cold, but their love kindled like a flame, like the early morning rays. Just close your eyes and think of me when sadness sweeps across your face. Remember how you felt this day. Love will bring you home. Love will bring you home. His voice was warm as a summer's day. It was late, but she stayed, remembering the winter's glow when they loved each other so. Just close your eyes and think of me when sadness sweeps across your face. Remember how you felt stay. Love will bring you home.
To dream and feel and wonder, I have caressed her skin. So cold, smooth and dark, like a woman who knows the trouble I've been on. This rock someday must roll. She's got a piece of my soul, and when she falls, so might I. But this rock holds a piece of mine.
That was Bryn's Picks. And yeah. Look for Bryn out there in music land. You'll see her with her camera and her microphone. And when you do, say hi. Her name's Bryn. Thanks, Bryn. Hey, next time, next we have the Bistro auditions. And if you want to be on the show, you have to audition. And you have to send us your information, your music, and your picture. What else do we need, Scott?
Firstborn child.
Okay, all right. And so since we don't have tapes anymore, right? They just send us a link to their website.
Right.
This new world just got me all confused. We're going to roll some tapes now, or some clips. See how that works? Here's a few artists who recently attended the Snowbird Song School at the Mountain Music Festival up at Snowbird, Utah. Roll the clip.
We'll ride on this railroad, and the wheels keep on rolling down this track, down this track. It's a good life with my Jesus, as my feet keep on walking down this track, down this path. For I am a wandering pilgrim, my heart seeks for you only, for your love is my beacon, so I might follow you, follow you. And we'll ride on this railroad, and the wheels keep on turning down this track, down this track. Good life with my Jesus, as my feet keep on walking down this path, down this path.
Well, you like to think you're special, and you have your own special rules. Daddy handed you all the answers, and you just have to follow his clues, as if you never had a choice or felt some gravitational pull. You just gave it to God. What do you expect him to do? You were sailing on a ship, but you wouldn't control the rudder. You chose to weather the storm until you were almost underwater. But you had everything you needed, it was all within your grasp. Yeah, I know you prayed for strength. Why did you think that you have to ask? As if you never had a choice or felt some gravitational pull. You just gave it to God. What did you expect him to do?
To meet the banker there, the smug look quickly left his face, confusion in his stare. Receipt in hand, head held high, she bid the man good day. Said, I hope you know you've no further business out this way. Wallace took that lonely ride back into town that day, mumbling to himself about what went down. Soon he was surrounded, staring at a dozen guns, faces from some posters back in town. Funny how this world is small, says the leader of this gang. First time I took this money off your hands, it was rolling on a southbound train.
Now for our next segment, we have our featured artist segment. It's Ken Bonfield, and he's here from all the way from Gloucester. Is that right?
Gloucester,
I
Massachusetts.
said that right, didn't I?
Not really. No. You have to, it rhymes with Hoffa, kind of. Gloucester.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I
there's
said
fewer
it.
syllables than the.
I didn't say
spelling.
Gloucester though.
Thank you. For that.
Is how I generally would say.
Yes.
Hey,
I've been told that I have to hurt people who say Gloucester.
see, I'm safe, and here is Ken Bonfield. Everybody, give it up for Ken Bonfield.
Thank you. Thanks. You are kind. Thank you so much. It's a tune called Steel String Surprise. It's on my first album, Mystic Morning, and I've been really lucky. A couple of my friends, Daryl Purpose and Peter Jansen, have recorded that, and there is no higher honor, I don't think, for a writer of any type of music than to have one's peers record that on their own albums. It's a pretty very cool thing. And one of the things you guys are going to find out about me tonight is that it was about 22, 23 years ago that I figured out that the coolest part of the guitar isn't this gorgeous body, the neck, it's the tuners. On a regular 6-string guitar, if you tune up or down a whole step, and you can do that, and I'm doing it right now, there are over 10,000 different tunings available. Isn't that cool? I mean, it's like having 10,000 different guitars. You just need patient audiences for this. Well, I got a Facebook status update from my 15-year-old daughter, who said that she was going to steal one article of clothing from me for every day that it takes me to get home from this road trip. I've been gone since the 16th of July, and as we tape today, it is the 25th of August. I get home September 1st. Luckily, I brought all my favorite clothing with me. She did find one of my favorite t-shirts that I could not find when I left, so she told me that I will get one article of clothing back for every day that I'm home. So I think I'll be okay, because I don't leave again until about the end of September, so I think I'm okay. I'll hide the good stuff. This is a song that I wrote for her the week after she was born. My wife and I were on vacation in upstate New York, and she started having contractions when she was 6 weeks premature. And it's really fun over Labor Day weekend to try to go into a small town hospital that you don't belong. I mean, I was living in just outside of Boston at the time, and went to this little hospital in Geneva, New York. And we were pulling doctors off of golf courses. It was no fun. So after Ella was born, I started playing, some really pretty ballads. I thought, newborn baby, that's what they would like. And she screamed and she screamed. And then I played something really up-tempo, and she just went still. And so I knew that I had to write something up-tempo for her. But it was a birthing song, and I have 4 daughters, and I've been to all the births. And you really need to include some blues when it's a birthing song. So this is called Ella's Labor Day Blues. Thank you. So I get to see her in, what, 10 days? Something like that? No, a week. A week. How cool is that? Next Thursday. That means she can't find too many of my clothing, of my, nothing I'm going to care about. By the way, that last guitar I played is a guitar that was built by Jeff Bamberg from Salida, Colorado. And it has pretty much almost every custom option that I know of that you can put on a guitar from the playing standpoint. Beautiful thing. This is another very different guitar. My friend Alan Carruth built this. It's a baritone guitar, which is like a plucked cello. And you have to be careful how you say that when you're trying to not pop P's on microphones. I said it at one gig, I can't remember where I was, I think in Southern California, and I called it a plucked cello, and he said, "What kind of cello is that?" But I toured with Michael Manring, who's just a wonderful bass player, from about 97 until about 2002, pretty regularly. And I got really attracted to that bottom end that hits you in the chest. And so I wanted to get that in a guitar. And this is my first. We'll see my second attempt at getting that bottom end here in a minute. I'm going to play a piece called Mirage from my album Homecoming. And it's one of those songs that's almost 15, 16 years old, but when I played it on the baritone, it was like it became new again. And it grew. It grew. There's new parts to this piece of music than there are on the original recording. So we're going to go to the deserts. Thank you so much. Well, we will come back to Smokey in a little bit. But there's an elephant in the room, isn't there, that we need to kind of deal with. Stay. They are pretty well trained. So this is Bella, my harp guitar. And the first comment that I really typically get from folks is, what is it? And it is a harp guitar. Even for a harp guitar, it's not normal. Most harp guitars only have one top, and it ends at about right here. But because the way that this was built, you guys hear that note? I'm way in. This is actually below a bass right now. So for me, this is the one that, you know, I didn't have to worry about taking a bass player on the road with me anymore. I get one and I don't have to pay for them. I do have to tune a little bit more. There we go. Hear that? I've had this guitar for about 9 months, and there's probably about 9 or 10 pieces that I feel comfortable playing for a paying or a TV audience, which is really good because I wasn't sure when I first got it. I mean, I was a little nervous, and I decided, and for those of you that are guitarists and you're wondering how do you get better, how do you do something new and different, set aside about 45 minutes a day and work on whatever that new thing is that you want to work on. If it's playing slide guitar, if it's going to be playing in alternate tunings, whatever it might be. 45 minutes is about our attention span, as we can really focus for that long before our heads explode. I know for me that was really a concern with this instrument. And because I would get really, really tired after 45 minutes. And then I would pick up one of my other guitars and kind of get reinvigorated and go, well, that was easy. And it has. It's really made playing the 6-string quite a bit easier. And now I wake up every day and I have coffee with my harp guitar. And now I'm getting up to about 2 hours in the mornings on the harp guitar. And I just love it. This is the most seductive instrument I've ever played. It just kind of appeals to my sense of whimsy. It appeals to that part of me that really wants to turn the guitar into a piano, because I now really have a piano range. So I'm going to play a piece that I wrote about a trip that I made to Montreal this year, where the alternator went out on my car about 10 clicks outside of Montreal. And the people there were so nice. I found a bookstore that they said, oh, you can park your car here, don't worry about it, we'll keep an eye on it for you. I had friends that recharged my battery so that I could make it back home, where my car died in my driveway. I mean, the battery, the last ounce of juice that I had left went as I was rolling up my windows because the rain was starting to come down. It was good karma in all the different punny ways that were available to me. So I kind of penned this one in celebration of my good karma, because typically my luck's just not that good. And because the Montreal folks and the Québécois really like their French, the title is in French. It's Rue de Montréal, the road to Montreal. Thank you. And we will come back to Bella in a minute. It's hard to tell if it's crooked because the guitar is kind of crooked. You notice how the neck is off center? Alan told me, Alan Carruth, the guy that built that, said that he spent more time planning this guitar than he's ever spent building most other guitars. He spent almost 6 weeks really with a pen and paper and computer and just kind of coming back to that and trying to figure out exactly how he was going to get it done. And I think he did just a remarkable job. This probably is his masterpiece. Certainly from just the craftsmanship on it, it's extraordinary. So I grew up in the Chicago area, so I was a Chicago Cubs fan. And when I moved to Boston in 1995, I felt very well suited to the frustration that the Boston folks had suffered. I will say that they're a little bit crazier than the people in Chicago about it. But they had gotten so close so many times that it really kind of left them damaged in ways that only a sports fan can get damaged, and they really were. But as a chubby 10 and 11-year-old playing Little League Baseball, my hero in Chicago at the time was their third baseman, Ron Santo. And he passed away this last winter of complications from diabetes, which he played with all through his career, which really back in the 60s and 70s, that's pretty remarkable. And there is a movement among us old people to try to get Ron into the Hall of Fame, because he deserves to be there. He was really one of the... Brooks Robinson was probably the only better third baseman of that era. And then Mike Schmidt just a few years after that. But really, other than those two, Ron holds up really well against that bunch. So this is for Ronnie. This is called Rounding Third. Well, thank you so much. I've had a blast. I always do playing in Salt Lake. It's really one of my favorite places in the world. It's spectacular. The only thing I don't like about Salt Lake City is driving in Salt Lake City. I mean, because you guys are really nice, almost as nice as the folks in the Midwest. In fact, you could make the case you're at least as nice as the folks in the Midwest. But you drive like you're from New York City. I mean, really. I've never seen tailgating. It's like competitive tailgating. You know, it's like people trying to see just how close they can get to your bumper without touching. And I saw what appeared to be at least 2 examples of people getting too close today. So I'm going to play a song that I wrote back in the mid-'90s, and I wrote it for a friend of my wife who was passing from ovarian cancer, and she was a really beautiful woman in all ways, and courageous. And it was one of those tunes that was really kind of hard to play. Still is. Not difficult, although there's that, but just lots of emotions that run through it for me. But when I left on this trip, it was right before Norway happened, right before Amy Winehouse died, and about a week after Bill Morrissey passed away. And now we have all the stuff going on in Libya. Our Congress is a mess, and it's just been difficult times for a lot of us, and I wanted to kind of play something, and it really fell on the harp guitar really nicely. When I recorded it, Michael Mannering played along with me and had those low notes, but I've got them here. So I'll play this for you guys, so it's for whatever's hurting you right now, and I hope it helps. Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you so much.
Well,
Thank you.
that's Ken Bonfield, everybody. Let's give him a round.
Thank you.
You know, I'm just not satisfied. How about one more? Everybody ready for that, huh? Play us an encore, Ken.
All right, if I'm going to do that, and I would love to do that, pick a guitar. What guitar would you like me to play?
Harp.
Harp? All right. Let's see. I love that note, don't you? I like that. Well, this is in a different key, but a little bit in the same vein. I'm really kind of tired of our government being crazy and holding us hostage, and so I wrote this actually on the way back from the harp guitar gathering. There's actually a little festival every year of harp guitarists. There's about 85 of us in the world that play these things, and there's only, God, in the States, I think there's only about 3 or 4 of us that actually tour with these. John Doan, great player, Stephen Bennett, myself, great Canadian guitarist Antoine Dufour plays, Andy McKee is the other. And then there's some stationary folks. Andy Wahlberg in Florida. If you're ever in Naples, Florida, go see Andy Wahlberg. He is one of the greatest harp guitarists on the planet and funnier than George Carlin, almost. I mean, I was trying to figure who is the funniest. George is my favorite, so I have to be funnier than George. So this is called Longing for the Day, and it's really, longing for the day, ... So I would like some sanity to return to our shores at some point. Thank you again for being here tonight. Everybody that's on the production crew, all the cameramen, thank you guys. You're doing a great job. John, thanks for the sound. And Ivy, thanks for inviting me here. Thank you so much.
Are we live here? Ken Bonfield, hey.
Thank you so much.
It is awesome I mean, look at that thing.
That thing, you're right.
I'm amazed, and it's always a pleasure to be in the presence of a master, if I may say.
Thank you.
It's
too kind.
to your 3 guitars and your harp. Awesome stuff. Ken, so you're on the road, right? You're just passing through Salt Lake? Is that your...
I'm on the Kenny B Sea to Shining Sea summer tour.
How long you been on the road?
Since July 16th.
Uh-oh.
And I get home on September 1st.
Are you by yourself?
I am.
Okay.
So well, my guitar's my...
You're never alone.
Yes. Yes. No, and I actually got to do a bunch of the of shows with other friends of mine when I was on the West Coast.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yes.
So you're
I got to hang out with other human beings.
You're doing the roundup. You're showing up and finding your friends.
Exactly.
You played in Salt Lake, right?
I did. Wonderful little house concert that David Allen puts on, and it's one of my favorites. Yeah. Oh man.
Very good, and I'm trusting you have reliable transportation.
Yes. Did you see my little white car out there?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I've got a little Scion XB.
Okay.
Little bread truck kind of a car. It's beautiful. I love it. Yeah.
Nice and
35 miles to the gallon, and all these guitars.
And so, and what's in the CD player? What are you listening to while you're driving?
Stephen Bennett. I'd mentioned him before. Just a dear friend and a wonderful harp guitarist. Russ Barenberg. Bluegrass guitarist from the D.C. area that now lives in Nashville. Really a very big influence on me as a composer.
Really?
John Gorka, a friend of mine, Chris Levancher, who's one of the cool things about being a musician is that you don't have to pay for CDs very often. We swap. The other thing is that I get advanced copies, and sometimes I'll get mixes of well, they're still not finished yet, and so so this is a very, very good friend of mine is putting out his first album, and so I got to listen to that, and then NPR is probably my best friend when I'm on the road too.
That's cool. So and you have XM? Do you have XM radio?
No, I don't, but I don't. I know, and everybody's surprised, and as soon as I get home,
you're hooking it up.
I'm going to, because there were parts of Nevada that it was
pretty slim out there.
It really was, and I'd already listened to all the cool music that I had with me.
You get the AM, the country stations out there.
Oh yeah,
brings back the old memories.
Yes, it does.
So what you have? How many recordings do you have out?
I have 4 solo CDs: yeah. Mystic Morning, Homecoming, Winter Night,
right,
and my newest is Whistling Past the Graveyard.
Okay.
And then I did two duo CDs with a great violinist named Joe Ebel called Katatume and Dancing with Shadows. Those 2 are out of print, but we live in an iTunes world now. So,
we do. Where do we find that music?
iTunes has everything. My website, cleverly named, by the way, kenbonfield.com.
And spell, that is clever.
I like that.
Wow.
And I didn't. Yeah, I actually had a friend of mine who forgot to re-up on his, when you get the notices,
lost it.
And some Russian got it, and held it ransom for $100. It was great. It was $100 isn't bad because I've heard a lot worse stories.
Your name's worth $100, probably.
Yeah. Well,
you never know.
Not to the bank.
Okay, well,
not to the bank. Not anymore.
Well, we do appreciate you coming out. It's just awesome to hear what you're doing and see
Mark.
Your instruments, beautiful instruments, and it's nice to see you, and thanks for coming by.
It's a pleasure. I appreciate it.
And everybody, this is Ken Bonfield. Let's have another.
Thank you, guys.
So while we get set up for our closing jam, I just want to say that, big thanks to the Intermountain Acoustic Music Association, IAMA, and Todd's sitting right here. We appreciate all of that. Coming up, we have Peter and Mary Danzig from Otter Creek, and you may have remembered them from my last interview at the Mountain Music Festival. I interviewed Peter up there. Upcoming featured artists, we're going to have Dave and Carla Eskelson, David Hahn, and many more, along with some awesome student artists. So keep tuned. We have a lot of things coming up for the fall. This is our last summer show. Hopefully the heat will subside and we'll be able to start cooling down a little bit. So let's get set up for the jam. And once again, send us your feedback, people out there in TV land. We want to hear from you at Bistro at SLCCTV.com. Did I get that right, Scott?
You got it.
Okay, all right. Okay. Anything else, Scott?
Jam!
It's jam time.
All right, then.
Give me a boat that can carry two, and both shall row, my love and I.
There is a ship, and she sails the sea. She's loaded deep, as deep can be, but not so deep as the love I'm in. I know not if I sink or swim.
I lean my back up against an oak. I thought it was a trusty tree, but first it swayed, and then it broke, and so my false love did unto me. Oh, love is handsome, and love is kind.
Thank you all.